That is what he leaves us.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of Mikey's Saturday Nightmares. Thank you. All right, now, on today's episode of Mikey's Saturday Nightmares, we're going to talk about another good horror film from back in the 80s. Well, what I consider to be a good horror film. Most people won't. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Now, thank you all for tuning in for today's episode of Saturday Nightmares. You're, you're welcome here. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. We have went up to 110 subscribers, which is fantastic. I'm enjoying the heck out of this, and I hope you guys are too. So, now today's episode, we're going to talk about a horror film that came out on April 17th of 1987. This was a film that was directed by a George Pavlov. George Pavlov directed such films as Little Devils, The Birth. Never seen it. He also directed a film called Underworld from 1985. And he directed a short film called Carla. Now, to my knowledge, I have not seen Underworld, the 85 version. And I've never seen Carla. Never. And I've never seen Little Devils, The Birth. Little Devils, The Birth, just by looking at the cover art, looks like it might be one of those Full Moon Pictures films, which I like some of those, but I've never even heard of that one. And the film we're going to talk about today is entitled Rawhead Rex. Now, for those of you that don't know, this film was directed by George Pavlov, but the story for the film, the script for the film, was written by Clive Barker. So, right there pulls you in right there. The great Clive Barker, Hellraiser, wrote this film. So the film stars a David Dukes, who plays the character of Howard. And he's also played in such films as Gods and Monsters, Stephen King's Rose Red, and he also played in the film Fled with Lawrence Fishburne and Stephen Baldwin. The only one, and don't hate me for this, but the only one that I have not seen in those three is Gods and Monsters. I've never seen that film. Rose Red, excellent film. Stephen King, loved it. Fled was a good action flick. Lawrence Fishburne and Stephen Baldwin, fantastic film. The film also stars a Kelly Piper, who plays the character of Elaine, and she's also played in such films as Maniac, the original Maniac, not the one with Edward Furlong. She also played in a film called Vice Squad and a film called Reckless. Now, I've seen Maniac. I haven't seen Vice Squad or Reckless. So I don't know anything about those two films. If you've seen either one of those films and they're worth watching, let me know. And the film also stars Hugh O'Connor, who plays the character of Robbie. And he's also played in such films as The Three Musketeers from 1993, the Disney flick with Kiefer Sutherland, Charlie Sheen, and Oliver Platt. Okay? One of the best Three Musketeers renditions I've ever seen. I thoroughly enjoy that rendition, that telling of the Three Musketeers. I love that movie. He also starred in the film Lola and a film called The Bachelor Weekend. Now, I've not seen Lola, and I have not seen The Bachelor Weekend. Sorry, but no, I haven't seen those. But anyways, moving forward. The plot for this film is an ancient creature called Rawhead is awakened from its slumber near an Irish village and goes on a rampage, killing anyone in sight. All right. So, with that being said, let's check out the trailer for Rawhead Rex. Here we go.
What I saw wasn't human.
Oh my God!
It was very tall. What's more, it saw me. This thing.
Rawhead Rex.
All right, that was a trailer for Rawhead Rex. Uh, this film doesn't get get the credit it merits. It's a cheaply made film, which inevitably relies on the viewers to accept the limitations of the genre and just go with it. The story and characters are good enough to carry the film. The setting in Celtic Ireland and the roots of the beast from the underworld are classic horror fare. It's a blast from start to finish with gore and an unusual baptism scene for good measure. Some of the acting, particularly the Irish priest, is gloriously over the top and all the more entertaining for it. It's also funny and gory at the same time, sort of like a Hammer film and The Evil Dead, and comes up with an entertaining movie. Um, this film, the gore was, I don't know, I don't think it was really all that gory to me. Um, I don't think it was. I could, some people see it other ways, but I didn't think it was all that gory. But I did enjoy the film. Like I said, the priest uh, was a little over the top, but it added to the film. It made it more entertaining. Um, Classic '80s horror films like that go into demons or uh, satanic monsters or whatever you want to call them. When it delves into the background of that and tries to tell an origin story of that creature, more or less it's all the same. But it still works. It still worked back then. You really didn't care what the origin of the creature was most of the time. You just wanted to see the monster eat people or kill people or whatever it was supposed to be doing. But the added origin of the creature kind of helps boost the film's, entertainment value. Clive Barker, who wrote the story, hated the film. He was unhappy with the acting and with Rawhead Rex's ogre like design. Barker intended the creature to look like a giant phallus. The dissatisfaction inspired him to take a more central role when making Hellraiser. So he kind of took a back seat to Rawhead Rex's look and the way the movie was done. And, you learn by doing. And he decided, nope, that's not going to happen next time. So then he made the classic Hellraiser. So that's pretty cool there. Hellraiser's an amazing film. Amazing film. This movie was shot during a freezing cold winter. Streets and forests had to be hosed down in order to remove snow before certain scenes were shot for the sake of continuity. That's interesting. I wonder how many times they do that. You know, when they're making a film. Wonder how many times they got to do stuff like that. Probably a lot. Probably a lot. And it probably costs a lot more for the budget to do that kind of stuff too. Um, the special effects team only had 4 weeks to make the Rawhead costume, and it was done as a single piece of latex skin. So it was not CGI, it was latex, it was practical effects. Which, yeah, sometimes practical effects fail, but it's better than CGI, in my opinion. I mean, some CGI stuff is awesome if you can get it, exactly the way you want it. And then sometimes you can tell that it's been rushed through or that they use too much of it. um, Heinrich von Schlellendorf, I think's how you say that name. Don't sue me. The man inside the Rawhead Rex suit was only 19 at the time of filming. So you had a 19-year-old kid playing this like 9-foot monster. Pretty cool though. It's pretty what I wouldn't have given to be 19 years old and playing in a monster movie. That would have been awesome. Peter Mayhew was originally considered to play Rawhead Rex, but his fee was too high. And for those of you that don't know, Peter Mayhew was Chewbacca in the Star Wars films. Um, so they asked him, but he wanted too much money. But hey, he's worth every penny. Chewbacca is incredible. I love that guy. That guy's fantastic as Chewbacca. The comic being read by Robbie Allenbeck in one scene of the film is Marvel's UK Secret Wars number 37, dated March 15th of 1986. Pretty cool. I never noticed that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Um, the sequence with all the people on fire was filmed over the course of 2 nights. There's a scene in the film uh, where Rawhead Rex, I think it's where he attacks a trailer park, and there's a lot of explosions and people running and screaming. So I think that's where that scene comes in at. I do believe, don't quote me on that, but I think that's where it comes in at. And it took them two nights to do that. So, well, I'd say especially if they had to come in and they had to come in and get all the snow cleared off and all that stuff. I'd say yeah, it probably took them a little bit of time to do that. In Barker's original story, Rawhead Rex was a 9-foot tall demon with a face like raw meat, hence the name Rawhead. I wish. I mean, I like the film the way it is. Don't get me wrong. I like the film the way it is. But I wish Clive Barker would have played more of a role in the design of the creature. I really would like to have seen how he pictured it. Um, Clive Barker has this very wild and very vivid imagination of the way he wants things to look, and the way he describes things. So I would have been really, really interested to see what his design for Rawhead Rex would have been. I mean, you know, prayers to the remake gods. If you decide to remake Rawhead Rex, please use Clive Barker's design for the creature. I really want to see it. Um, but I mean, I did like the film the way it was. It's a decent watch if you've never seen it before. The creature looked good. I thought the creature looked pretty good. A lot of people will hate on it because it's latex. It's not CGI. It's not a big budget film by any means. But you have to start somewhere. Um, and Clive Barker started with the story on this film. Um, I mean, what can you do? You got to start somewhere, like I said. But I really would like to have seen Clive Barker's design for Rawhead Rex. Let me know if you can look that up. I mean, I haven't tried yet. But if there's like an artist rendering or a drawing out there somewhere, excuse me, of Clive Barker's original design for the Rawhead creature, uh, leave me a note down in the comment section below and let me check it out because I'd really like to see what it looked like if it's out there. Um, I really, like I said, I really didn't find this film all that gory, but I did like the uh, the background that the movie was filmed in Ireland. I liked the environment. And as far as some of the acting goes, yeah, the priest was over the top, but it was entertaining nonetheless because of that. And the baptism scene, I mean, that thing, I mean, that was just wild to me. I had never seen anything like that before in my life. Because when I first watched this, I was just young when I first seen this, and I was like, "What in the hell is going on in this film?" In this film, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I think if you sit down and you actually watch it and take it in for what it is, and like I said earlier, just go with the flow, go with it. I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll enjoy it. It's a good classic monster movie, like I said, from the 80s. Clive Barker, fantastic guy, fantastic writer, has a very wild and vivid imagination, and it shows in his films. It really does. Um, but this was a great film. If you've never seen it, sit down and give it a watch. And like I said, just go with the flow of it and let it play and just watch and enjoy. It's a great film. So with that being said, we're going to end the video here. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I know I've kind of had videos back to back for the past couple of weeks. I'm trying to work out a day to where I can do one and space it out a little bit. But until then, this is just, I'll put it out there when I can put it out. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate your comments, your likes, your subscriptions. Please get me out there and let other people know about the channel. If you like the content and this is the first time you watched it, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so you get notified when the future videos come out. So, until next week, I will see you guys in the next one.